Don't forget to leave a 5-star review on iTunes for my friends at the Amish Inquisition.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Bass.
Hello, welcome. It's Amish Inquisition time yet again.
Hooray!
On Sunday, the
11? No, 10.
Other way around.
I don't know what time zone I'm in.
10, 11, 19.
hello, welcome, willkommen,
Beyond the new.
bienvenue, konnichi bum chikawa,
Michiwa.
praise Jabalon.
Jumbo.
Oh.
Oh, levels.
How are we doing?
They're
Good.
middling.
Good.
You've been away.
You've
away,
traversed the
haven't you?
world, Ben, haven't you?
I've been transatlantic, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the US of A.
Where, whereabouts in the USA have you been?
I've been to Dallas, Texas, southern state. Yes. Is this Dynasty?
What do you make of Dallas?
Well, it's just like that. I mean, it was playing all the time. Speakers.
Did you?
It's very big.
Did you see anything other than the downtown area of Dallas?
I saw the uptown area of Dallas, and we
Uptown?
stayed in Addison, which is like a separate town, but still in Dallas.
Is Addison nicer than Dallas,
Um,
or is it like
no, it's businessy.
like
It's,
Darwin is to Blackburn?
I don't know. It's so big. It's like Preston is to Manchester. It's like 40-minute drive into downtown from Addison, but it's still part of Dallas. It's crazy.
Hang on a minute.
Yeah, massive. It's a massive place.
Preston isn't part of Manchester.
No,
Ben.
it's not. But Addison's part of Dallas, and the distances are similar.
Yeah, but this is the thing about America we've discussed before. It's so massive that kind of stuff doesn't count.
No, it doesn't.
Size isn't everything, my
It's
wife says.
poor woman. Just not happening tonight, is it?
I had a rush because I was taking a leak and the song was running out.
Yeah.
Got new sounds though.
The one true God is what's between a woman's legs.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, go on, Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah, massive. I went uptown Dallas. We did go downtown Dallas because we went for brunch at a taco place. I had breakfast taco. Yeah,
Tacos for breakfast.
tacos for breakfast.
I
That's
had.
what they do.
I remember when
Fuck.
in the iced tea and iced coffee, coffee and iced tea incident, we had a lovely taco, breakfast taco.
Yeah, they're nice.
Well, it's not a taco. What's the other thing?
Like a fajita.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, they call them taco.
a
Tacos,
fangina.
but they've got the soft flour tortilla.
Yeah,
I think tacos here are crispy and
yeah.
curvy.
Oh no, that's what it is. Just come to me now. A breakfast burrito.
Breakfast burrito.
It was
right?
really nice. Yeah.
Nice.
What have I done?
It was basically like an English breakfast, obviously with American substandard sausages.
Yes.
Oh, sausage. Oh, it's picking up.
Yeah, so it's a breakfast.
No, it's like a sausage patty.
Yeah, but it's
or-
not
What the fuck's that?
Or mince. Just got sausage and
spam,
mince.
isn't it? Basically.
Yeah, you don't get.
God.
You get hot dogs, but you don't get any other
Mm.
kind of sausage.
Yeah, you
You
get
don't get real sausage.
no.
Oh, God.
So it's like egg, bacon, sausage, mush, and then wrapped up in a burrito.
They don't even have milk over there. If you want milk in your coffee, they've got like Coffee Mate is the closest
Yeah,
thing.
it's
this
creamy.
horrible syrup
Yeah.
nonsense.
Creamy.
I think it's because there's no cows that are around long enough to produce any milk. They're just instantly
Executed.
butchered.
I
Yeah.
think is it not just because of the hormone level? It just stops them producing
oh,
milk
shit, I don't know.
and the
There's none of it though.
antibiotics.
There's no milk in
Sounds like fake news. That.
Texas.
Did you have any chlorinated chicken?
No, I looked for chicken in a can. Couldn't find any.
I bet that was chlorinated. Chlorinated chicken cans.
Extra chlorine.
Yummy.
That's good. I saw an NBA basketball game. So bucket
By
list.
yourself.
Tick. By myself. Yeah, I went off. I did ask if anyone else wanted to go.
No, Ben, we're going to bed.
No.
How
Pretty
much? How much was the ticket for an NBA game?
Where I was sat, very cheap, $20
So what's about?
up in the gods.
It's about
15 quid. Yeah.
15 quid, yeah.
It's not bad, is it?
And it was
How
great.
long's
It was a
it?
great game.
How long's it last?
Tip off was 7:30, and I got
Tip
out.
off?
Tip off, and I
Tip
got
in
out.
the.
That happens in the bathroom
ball.
before.
And I got out about 10.
How does it start? What's the equivalent of a kip off?
Two guys in the middle.
They go like that, don't they? Did they not throw the ball in and then
Yeah,
you have to go?
referee throws the ball up and two of them
Oh.
jump. It's like a line out in rugby,
Yeah.
and you go up and try and tip it into your.
So you just get
Wow.
your tallest guy who can jump the highest.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
yeah.
Go up there.
That's the
They're all
game of
tall.
basketball.
What you want to do is go for a tip and a tup.
Tip in the
like-
tub.
Yeah, so you jump with your tip hand
Yeah.
and then you tup his balls with your tupping hand.
Everything's under control. Situation normal.
Look.
A little flick.
Yeah. You want to tip and tup.
Sack tap. Tip in the tap.
Yeah, it'd be hard to play with an erection, wouldn't it?
Hang on a minute. Nobody said anything about an
Yeah, and
erection.
those shorts are really baggy. I think you get away with it.
Pitching a tent.
You wouldn't know. It's so baggy.
Who's like the star player for the Dallas? What's the team called?
The Dallas Mavericks. Star player is Luka Doncic from Slovenia or Slovakia.
All right, it is big in Russia and Eastern Europe, isn't
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Who did he play?
They played Orlando Magic.
Oh,
but-
the Magic.
Yeah, Shaquille O'Neal wasn't playing. I was very disappointed.
Who's their man?
Since Shaq, I've no idea.
No.
No.
I'm pretty sure that they were, because I know LeBron, not personally, but I know his name.
Yeah, Harden.
I'm
James
pretty
Harden.
sure that they not play Orlando Magic in like the NBA Finals recently.
Lakers.
Fuck knows.
He's plays for the Lakers now. He went home to Cleveland, didn't he? And I think he won a championship with Cleveland, and he left and went to the Lakers.
There's another basketball player, you know,
Who's that?
Kobe Bryant.
He's retired, I think.
Oh, is he
I
finished?
think he's just recently retired, and that's why I think he went there. Did LeBron and James Harden not play together now?
Houston Rockets.
No, it's,
Isn't that where James Harden plays now?
I don't know. I might be making it up. I don't know
I
enough
don't know.
about this subject.
How do I? I used to know a fair amount, sort of like the Michael Jordan, Shaq era.
Yeah, you know what was it just called NBA?
NBA Jam.
That was-
He's on fire.
Yeah, it was just 2-on-2 all the time.
Yeah,
Was it?
that was a great game.
Yeah.
You were always Chicago Bulls, weren't you? Michael Jordan and Pippen.
Yes, Scottie Pippen.
Scottie Pippen. He was like, wasn't he
Dennis
like
Rodman.
5'11"?
I think that's a made up. there was someone who played
Fake news.
for
The Green
Charlotte
Sonics.
Charlotte.
Hornets. Now
Yeah,
they're called
and
something else.
he was tiny
Bobcats.
for them, but like my size,
Penny Hardaway. was he
5'10".
small?
5'10" or something. Like under 6 foot. But because he was so,
Oh, Muggsy Bogues.
I don't know. But I'm pretty sure he was on that game. So he's like the half the size of everybody else.
Detlef Schrempf. No.
No, who?
Just trying to throw in basketball players out there.
have to Google it, Ben.
I know a couple.
It's your job.
It's good, I know. Well, I
Google
should
Ben.
do, yeah. Google Ben, activate.
Yeah, he should do. He's not doing it.
Well, no. What else did you do other than go to the basketball game?
I went to basketball game. We went to a steakhouse. Like all the work people went to this very fancy steakhouse where I had a 22-ounce steak, which I think is like £1.50 of
Flesh.
fillet. That was nice.
Are you still working that through?
Still working that through. Yeah, I was just
Yes.
saying to Matt.
Not postpartum yet.
No.
It's
I think it's going to be a
prepartum.
breech birth.
Come out like a cannonball.
Yeah.
Oh dear. All right.
There's someone called
What?
Tyrone Curtis Muggsy Bogues.
Muggsy Bogues. Yeah, he was a short guy.
5'3". I think that the thing was he could like dribble underneath the legs and
The
stuff.
lumbering giants.
Yeah,
of
basically.
the National Basketball Association.
No way.
I've heard that beer is a lot stronger over there.
Oh fucking hell! I
God leathered.
well no I went out after work before we went out to the steakhouse just to have a
Pre-drinks.
little wander. Pre-drinks.
And where did you go for your prink?
Oh, the closest place.
And that was
Hooters.
Right.
So I went there, and it's just like the Hooters in where did we go?
Nottingham.
Nottingham, yeah.
The premier Hooters in England.
Yeah. I wanted to get like a T-shirt or something, but they're very expensive.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had a beer there, and I said, "Oh, what have you got? What's your local I asked for IPA, and he did about 1 million. So what's the most local one? Oh, it's this Mosaic IPA. Great, I'll have a small one of them because I'm going out. So she passes a pint over, like a standard normal pint. So I don't know what a large is, like a schooner, whatever that is, a litre of beer.
Oh, schooner's smaller than a pint.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, this was
Australian
a
schooner.
small. Anyway, I drank that. I thought, oh, that's quite good. I walked home, or back to the hotel. I thought, oh shit, I must be getting a cold or something. But it must have been the flight over, all the recycled air and whatnot. And then I got home.
Maybe it's that Lemsip you had.
Yeah, yeah, the Lemsip, yeah. I checked the beer, Mosaic IPA, just wondering where it was from. So it was 9.8% this beer. And I had a pint of it. And that's why I was
And that
feeling
made you feel like you
slightly
had a
lightheaded.
cold.
Yeah, yeah,
Can you just flip over to Facebook?
yeah.
Oh.
Flip-
So did you drink every day while you were there?
Yeah. On the flight over, they were serving free drinks, so I had some red wine, and they served it in big half-pint cups
Of red wine?
of red wine. Yeah.
So thus far, you've had a pint of 9.8% IPA,
Yeah.
and then a pint of wine.
Probably 2 pints of wine, maybe 2.5. It was a long flight.
Oh, on the plane.
Yeah, on the plane.
Oh,
And the mother of madness.
Shit, sorry, I played the wrong one.
that's
Thank you, American Airlines.
It's all right for two and a half pints of wine
Yeah.
over 20 hours. Was that
Over 20 hours, yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Just enough to get you through.
Pretty much.
Did you sleep on the plane?
Maybe an hour.
Oh,
I know, it was awful. Wasn't too bad going over because you had to kind of stay awake to,
not die.
yeah. But then I wasn't sleeping right in the hotel
What
until
was-
after the basketball game.
What was security like at the airports? Coming and going?
Standard.
What's that?
So, assume the position.
The TSA get a lot of grief over there.
I think it's unfounded, to be honest. Well, it is at Philly and Dallas. I didn't get.
They
frisked or
were
anything.
they were
Oh, I did
horrible.
get
At,
swabbed actually.
In Miami.
yeah, the TSA, but the immigration guy was really nice.
All right.
Yeah,
I got swabbed. They swabbed my hands for something.
cocaine, isn't it?
I think
drugs.
gunshot residue. Maybe that
No.
was on the way home.
Drugs.
Well,
drugs.
Drugs, whatever.
We swabbed you on the way out.
They swabbed me on the way out of Dallas, going
Oh.
from Dallas to Philadelphia
They've got
On an
DNA now.
internal.
on an internal. Yeah.
They swabbed you internally.
Oh, I think
They
no,
did,
the other
'cause-
thing as well is they can swab for explosives residue and stuff.
Right. So, well, the reason why I thought gunshot residue is because we went to this this like Western shop, sells 10-gallon hats and cowboy boots and shit, all super expensive, like snakeskin cowboy boots. They're like thousands of dollars.
Well, imagine how many snakes it takes to make a
Yes,
boot.
loads of snakes in America. Anyway, so that's the only place I saw civilians with guns. So these like cowboy-looking guys with
In the shop, they were
magnums
wearing
in
guns
the shop. Yeah, they were tooled
Okay.
up.
So it's open carry, is it, in Texas?
I think so. Yeah,
with a license.
you need no CL. don't you?
License to carry.
Well, there are background checks, aren't there? I think everywhere.
Yeah, except Texas. No, I don't know.
Oh, they should.
Yeah, guns in the shop. I suppose it's a private residence.
Do you
then.
not go to
Well, they might do
Walmart
it for show.
to buy an AR-10 or whatever they're called?
AR-15.
There was a
AR-15.
Walmart. I didn't. I should have gone to see the guns.
Apparently, they were starting to not sell them, are they?
Bad PR, innit?
Mm.
People keep getting tooled up in Walmart and then doing mass murdering.
Yeah. Supposed to be pulling it, yeah.
Mm.
I read.
No, I didn't go to Walmart. I went to Walgreens, the
Oh.
chemist.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to CVS and get a giant receipt, but there wasn't one nearby.
What do you mean?
They're notorious for you go and buy a packet of chewing gum or something, and they'll give you a receipt that's about 4 meters long, with all the offers and shit on it.
Wow.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Anything else eventful happen while you're in Dallas?
Uber drivers.
You got an Uber.
I got a lot of Ubers. It's the future. There's none of them around here, obviously.
Nietzsche was right.
No, there is.
Ubermensch.
There's
Ubermensch.
Uber Eats are at McDonald's on the docks quite a lot.
Are they?
Mm.
Because they deliver, don't they? Uber
Well,
Eats will deliver anything to anyone.
I thought they
I've
just
seen
do
one-
burgers.
I think I've done one or two Uber cars in Preston. Not many.
Yeah.
They're definitely in Liverpool and Manchester, aren't they?
It's so easy. It's fucking amazing. You just obviously say where you want to go. It tells you how much it's going to cost up front.
Right.
Gives you a
They
little
bid-
profile of the driver, what the registration number is, so that you know what you're getting into.
Yeah, nope, that one looks a bit rapey.
Yeah,
It's like that dating app.
Yeah.
Swipe left.
Is
whatever.
it not
You
the?
can rate him on banter and all sorts.
Do they not bid for the fare or something? Is that the idea?
I think
Make
so.
it cheaper.
I think he goes out there and then you just select whether you want to take the fare or not.
I thought.
Well, I'm not sure though.
I'm pretty
I
sure
don't
that
know
they,
what it says.
because so when it's busy, so like if it's like 2:00 in the morning, you want to get home, then they can charge more at that time. You see.
Right. It would have been like that after the basketball game, but I just went to a bar and waited it out.
Right.
Yeah, there must be some demand elements how it works, surely.
Yeah. So it's basically that, as far as I understand it. So people are out bidding them. So each driver says, say you want to go from here to Morrison's at the docks. Someone would say, right, I can do that for a £5. Someone said, well, I can do it for £4.75. Someone else would say, oh, it's £4.50. I think. Might be wrong. Probably
Right.
wrong.
No, I didn't get to choose. Like there wasn't a selection.
Well, that's what I mean. Sorry. So then
That's
then
done out of your hands,
Yeah.
and then Uber forwards
Ah,
your
right.
driver.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then Uber take the cut because they've already
I
told me
guess.
what it's going to cost. So they've already told me it's going to be a £5.
Yeah.
Ah, that's a
What do you
shrewd
think
business model.
the percentage is, Uber?
To cabs in Dallas?
What slice do Uber take?
Oh,
Percentage-wise?
a lot more than
What?
I don't know. I know that there's been talk of poor conditions, working conditions, and not getting holidays and stuff.
They
Yeah.
were banned in London, weren't they, for a while?
Were they?
Yeah.
I thought it was just a thing you did. Well, you had your day job, and then if you were an insomniac or whatever, you just
I
get some
think,
extra money.
no, I
driving
think
your
people
car
do
around.
it full time. I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
Uber drivers.
Well, is that
I take it they make less than a conventional black cab driver or taxi driver. Then,
probably
do they?
do? You probably do. I've never seen it as sort of a full-time job.
Oh yeah, I think it is.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure people do it to supplement their income,
Says-
whatever. But
It says on here, gets is 20 or 25%, depending on the date of when you became a partner.
Right. It's not a lot, is it? 20% at £5.
well, it's the finding fee in it. Essentially, we found this fur for you.
It's a lot.
I don't know. It's one of those jobs that's one of the most likely to get automated out of existence
Yes.
quite
Oh,
soon,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Driving jobs.
Yep. Automatic cars.
Yeah. Do you want to do
That was
some?
America.
Yeah. Do you want to do some news?
Oh,
Got some clips.
go on then.
Well, the big news has been the launch of the political campaigns. We're having an election since we last podcasted.
Oh, is there an election theme? Have you got an election
No.
jingle?
Couldn't risk being shut down.
No. 19th, isn't it? 19th of December?
12?
12.
12th, sorry. Is it the week before?
I mean, you can go on the 19th if you want.
Won't make much difference in my constituency.
No.
Staunch conservative in my constituency.
Is it around here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Does it make it? I think it's like a 20,000 majority for Labour in mine. So
That's it.
Mhm.
Showing.
Did you hear Boris's launch speech?
no.
There's a couple of moments that I've clipped. Here's the first one.
We have a parliament that is paralysed, blocked, generally incapable of digestive function as an anaconda that has swallowed a tapir,
A tapir.
either moving one way or the other, if you see what I mean. This parliament just refuses to get Brexit
It
done.
was it was a very jokey. He's a very jokey guy when he's speaking.
I think he's very visceral in his nature.
And you've heard about the microwave Brexit deal, haven't you?
No.
Well, you might not because you haven't been
No.
here, but he's
Been
he's
away.
been
I haven't heard that.
wanking on and on about this
Avoiding.
microwave Brexit deal.
We have a parliament that is paralysed, blocked.
Oh, shit.
Gen-
It's wrong one, isn't it?
This deal is ready to go. It's done. I mean, Parliament, before they infuriatingly refused before they delayed it, they actually gave it a preliminary seal of approval, if you remember. It says there. You just whack it in the microwave. I don't know what, well, I'm not very good at cooking, but you know. Gas Mark IV, it's there. It's ready. It is ready to go. Prick the lid, put it in, and then we can get on.
I don't know if they're laughing
Oh, no.
because he's funny or because he's an idiot. It's all Tories, you know, they're handpicked to be behind him where the cameras roll in and they've got the signs up and everything. It's
Is
one
it
of
a
these.
hustings?
No, it's a launch party.
Right.
It's a launch party for the Conservatives.
Any DJs?
But they've had a fucking... I mean, it's been disastrous for all the major parties. You won't have heard. Have you heard about Jacob ReesMogg this week?
No.
Jacob's Creek.
Comments about the Grenfell.
Yeah.
They should have just got out.
They should have just got out.
Well, I think no, he didn't say that, did he? He said if it would have been common sense or something along those lines for you to leave.
Let's find out what he said because
Oh.
I've got it in full.
Well, this was one of the clips I was going to ask you to do.
Yeah.
There have been suggestions that in part
This is on
LBC.
LBC. Yeah, it's Nick Ferrari's show.
there have been suggestions that in part the tragedy was caused by either racism or policies of class. Are these suggestions correct?
I don't think so. I think the tragedy came about because of the cladding, leading to the fire racing up the building, and then was compounded by the stay put policy. And it seems to me that is the tragedy of it, that the more one's read over the weekend about the report and about the chances of people surviving, if you just ignore what you're told and leave, you are so much safer. And I think if either of us were in a fire, whatever the fire brigade said, we would leave the burning building. It just seems the common sense thing to do, and it is such a tragedy that didn't happen, but I don't think it's anything to do with race or class.
I'd love him to read an audiobook version of The Lord of the Rings in its entirety.
What do you think? What do you think about what he said?
I kind of drifted off halfway through.
All right.
Thinking about Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Sorry.
What did you think, Matt?
I think he's a bit convoluted.
Right, so he drew it out.
Well,
Do you think he should resign?
the problem is, I'm afraid he's had an opinion. He's had an incorrect opinion on something, hasn't he?
What?
That it wasn't to do with race.
Well, what's an
or
incorrect
class.
opinion?
It's not to do with race or class. The fire basically, because that's the big push, isn't it, by the Grenfell Survivors Group or whatever they're called, is that the fire, and the reason why it wasn't put out or dealt with properly was because they were seen as not worthy of proper support, essentially.
Oh shit! Is that really what they're saying?
Yeah.
That's what some people are saying.
Yeah, well, that's the main thrust that I get from them, isn't it?
The other thing they say is that the cladding is used as a way to sort of gentrify the area, so
Yeah.
it doesn't look like a horrible council block. They clad it to beautify it for the middle class
Well, that's what they did
residents
down
who are moving
in
in.
Avenham, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they do.
It's Is it Kensington? Grenfell? Is it not in Kensington?
Oh, I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure it's Kensington Council, and basically the other thing is that they chose the cheapest option, didn't they? Of cladding.
The controversy comes from him saying that if it was you or me in the fire, I think it would be common sense. I can't remember what he said. To leave.
Yeah. So he's comparing, and the take home from that isn't that he's posh and Nick Ferrari's posh, and they would have had the nous to leave. That's the way it would be seen, wouldn't it?
By you?
Well, the Grenfell Survivors people.
Right. I get that. That's what I thought
Mm.
when I heard about the stay put advice.
What? You just
Well,
ignore it?
Fucking yeah, of course you would.
Well, this is the thing, isn't
Wouldn't
it? Some people did leave, didn't they? And some
Yeah.
people decided to stay.
Yeah. But if they're saying just stay there and wait for the sprinklers to come on.
They
you
didn't have
think,
sprinklers.
We don't have
did they?
sprinklers.
Right. But no, it's not. That's not the advice. The advice is basically what happened is in those flats are built in like a concrete cubicle in sections. So the theory is, isn't it? You have all the fire doors, so it prevents the fire spreading internally.
Yeah.
But the problem is that the fire was external, I
Yes.
assume, and I guess they didn't grasp that, did they? They didn't know that the cladding would be so flammable.
The people watching on TV, including the fire brigade, I think it was pretty obvious that the fire was spreading externally rather than internally.
Well, I don't know. But then this is the thing though. Then
You saw it happen within like half an hour.
But then the thing is then that the fire brigade have got to contravene their own advice.
Yep.
And if they did that and people died, they would be even more fucked.
They had firemen in the building as well.
Yeah, of course they did.
You know, I think, you know, that advice could have been changed sooner, personally.
Mm.
It just doesn't make sense to stay in a burning building.
I think the issue...
I think if you were in there and your TV was working and you could see, or if you just looked out the window and you could see it was coming up the side of the building, I'm at an advantage because I know I've worked in those blocks and they are concrete slabs. There's no way of fire. Yeah, what you're saying is a containment thing. A fire starts in a flat and you seal it off at that flat and it can't spread.
Yeah, but the other
It
issue...
would be obvious to me to try and get out.
Yeah, but the other issue, sorry, they might suggest that, is that it's the smoke, isn't it, that kills you, not necessarily the fire. So if if you live on the 30th floor, however many floors it's got, and you've got to walk down 30 flights of stairs, then you're probably going to die because of the amount of smoke.
You might, yeah.
But the other side of it is you probably...
But if the windows are shut, I mean, there was smoke in the corridors.
Yes.
That guy with his family, and I think they were all, like a link in hands, and I think they lost one of the kids on the way, and I think the fireman got him.
All right.
But like he was describing how thick it was, but maybe that's because, I mean, they went with the stay put policy to start with, and then I think he said, "I've had enough of this. We're getting out." You know, I don't know.
I wonder how they told them to stay put.
Over the phone.
Right, so they rang everybody in the...
They had phone calls because a big report's come out last week, I think, about the
That's the
incident.
other conspiracy thing, isn't it? Because it was on the same week as the Brexit deal was supposed to be done. I think it was around the same, like the week of the 31st.
Right.
And they were saying that they shouldn't release it on that week because it'll get swamped by the Brexit deal not happening or happening.
Yeah, the powers that be wanting to...
quieten down their voices again.
I don't know who was in control of when it was released. I thought it would be an independent inquiry. Or is it an inquest? It's probably an inquest, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. There's like that was the other thing as well, wasn't it? That they kicked off because this is the group, Grenfell Survivors Group. I don't know if that's what they're called, but because they got a judge, an ex-judge to run it. I don't think they were particularly happy originally with him. They didn't feel that it was appropriate. That was a year. How long has it been now? It's only been a year. Has it been 2 years?
It might be 2.
Can't remember.
But I don't know. Sort of like, following that advice, whether there's always going to be people who are more comfortable ignoring advice from authority figures than people who don't, essentially.
Yeah, I think it's easy to say what you would do, but unless you're in that situation, I don't think you really know how you react.
No.
So you actually put in it.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people would just fucking freeze, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
You could be one of them. Oh, a bit of a down on that, isn't it?
Yeah. So anyway, back to Jacob's Mog.
Yeah.
So that's been quieting down anyway, hasn't it? Because there's been some counter.
Well, there's been both major parties have been
floundering.
Yeah, just lurching from one crisis to another.
Yeah.
Labour deputy leaders resigned.
Yeah.
Tom Watson. All sorts of shit, really. It's depressing, isn't it?
There's like, have you not heard about this MP from Liverpool, or some kind of Liverpool ward? And he's been accused by a BuzzFeed reporter of singing "Hey Jews" instead of "Hey Jude" on an MP's outing somewhere or something about 18 months ago.
It was on the bus home from some outing, and this BuzzFeed journalist claims that he was behind him while he was singing "Hey Jews," but he's denied it fervently.
Yes,
and in part of his denial, he said that bus was full of other MPs and journalists. Why is it coming out now? And but Corbyn said he's going to look into it.
Oh, thank God! Get the job done, won't he?
Well, yeah, it's been Labour Party's big launch this week, hasn't it?
Yes.
And John McDonnell has got his eyes on two big
2 big uns.
2 big items, 2 bangers.
2 big bangers.
2 big bangers.
What's he going to nationalise?
UBI, Universal Basic Income.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
So he said that Sheffield want to pilot it,
Can we not pilot it in Preston?
possibly Liverpool. And this isn't in the manifesto yet. They haven't come out with the manifesto. It goes to some sort of committee who decides what will be in the manifesto. But he's obviously a big dick on the committee, isn't he?
So with his UBI suggestions, is he then withdrawing the other aids then?
That's
You
the
have no
idea.
benefits or
Wow.
pension, I guess. Would you have pension? Or would your UBI continue to
Till
until
death.
Pass.
You would think so.
They're not thinking that far ahead, are they?
No.
Just 5 years.
Because this
It's
is
5 years.
that would be the big sticking point, wouldn't it? If you were getting loads in personal independent payments, ESA, like severely disabled, and you were getting loads of support, and then you switched over to it just like half the money on this UBI.
The figure is mentioned is £100 per adult and £50 per child
What?
per week
Ooh,
per household.
yeah.
You're talking
It's not a great deal, is it?
what,
me,
It's
it is.
£400 a month.
800,
It's £400 I didn't have. for every child.
£50 per child.
All right, bloody hell, yeah, I'd be rolling in it.
So 1, 2, 300 a week for you.
What's childcare
me.
benefit now?
80.
7.
87 every 2 weeks.
Well, I
No,
think we get about
month.
120
A month,
quid
right.
for 2.
Yeah, and it goes down for the second child. doesn't it?
Yes, it's like half, isn't it? So it's about 120, I think we get a month.
100 quid a week.
Well, is it not 87 1 month and 120 the month after?
No,
No.
is that what your wife tells
Maybe
you?
I've got some kids I don't know about who I'm claiming for. I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, you would lose that. You'd lose.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, yeah, you'd be better off then, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I think people would use it as an excuse to pay their employees slightly less.
This is the main problem. It's interfering with the wage market, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm.
But I've had this consideration before with things like tax credits.
Mm.
It's if your government is giving you a tax credit, a significant tax credit, it's a way of suppressing wages, isn't it? These supermarkets and whatnot, they can afford to pay you less because the state it's basically the state subsidising corporations on wages.
Asda have just shafted all their employees, haven't they, with a new contract?
What's that?
Asda have forced their employees onto a new contract, so it's much worse conditions for them. They've shifted the hours that a night shift operates under, so you get less pay. They've taken away paid breaks and things. I think you get less holidays and sick pay and stuff.
Wow.
So they've said you have to sign up to this or you lose your job. And there was a big outcry, and then I think there was only a handful of people, a few thousand, who've ended up losing their job over it. But it's still, you shake the stick and you have to toe the party line, don't you?
Shake the tree.
Yeah, shake the tree.
Yeah, I mean, like the harsh way of looking at it is, well, you've got to get another job. If you don't like it, you get another job.
With your feet.
Mm.
I mean, in some ways, we're at pretty much record employment levels, I think, aren't we?
Well,
And unemployment's low.
it's debatable, isn't it? Because they change the figures all the time. So obviously they take out like all disabled people, they take out lots of different things.
Students.
Yes, and then they take out all the people who've declared themselves self-employed but don't actually earn any money from it. So loads of things.
But those people aren't claiming job seekers allowance.
No.
So, I mean, that's the easiest
But
way to work out.
There's a lot of people that are employed who claim universal credit,
Mm.
which
Oh, right. How's
Yeah.
that work?
so it's like
16
tax
hours, isn't it?
credits, isn't it?
Right.
So, if you I think it's 20 hours now.
It's gonna
Yeah, or maybe more. You have to work a week and then you get a certain amount of benefit as well on top.
Mm.
We lost you.
Yeah. Yeah.
What-
Just heard universal credit, my eyes glazed over.
Yeah. Universal credit poverty. 'cause you have
What's
to
his
get paid
what's
The
his
second
other
big
one?
ticket
Yeah,
item,
his big banger, second big banger.
climate crisis.
The crisis. Is this the 1.2 trillion boiler refit?
That's the Green Party is spending 1.2 trillion, isn't it?
Or is it the green?
No, maybe not that much. 500 billion. They want to spend 500 billion on the environment.
No.
Right.
No, there's a big story in at the moment that came out today that the Labour manifesto is going to cost 1.2 trillion.
Right.
This was based on a Tory analysis.
Yes.
And obviously,
This is, and
it's
sorry,
tinkering.
the other thing as well is that the Labour haven't even released their manifesto
No.
yet.
No, they said it was based partly on the 2017 manifesto, plus
Right.
other things that they've been talking about in the run-up to the elections.
All the major lols.
Yeah, yeah.
I've got an interesting info on trillions and billions and stuff.
Oh, here we go.
Well, you think about it, it's a huge amount of money, 1.2 trillion pounds. But the way it's been explained to me is if you look at it in seconds. So 1 million seconds was sometime last week, 1 million seconds ago.
Okay.
1 billion seconds was end of March,
Ooh.
1988.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Huge differences.
No. Is this a million?
No,
or 1,000 million?
a standard 1,000 million.
Standard.
Crazy, isn't it? And then a trillion takes you back to
Sacking of Carthage.
earlier, 30,000 BC.
Wow.
apparently. Yeah.
We're painting on cave
So
walls
there
in
is
France.
huge differences between like a millionaire and a billionaire. And there are a lot of billionaires around in the world. It'd be impossible to spend any money if you're a billionaire, I don't think.
Well, that's the thing.
It'd
Is
be impossible to run out of
test
money.
that theory, but yeah.
To run out of money.
To run out of money.
If you think about it as well, there's a few companies that are worth.
You get married a couple of times.
Yeah.
That'll sort you out. Sorry, divorced.
Yeah. Half.
Yeah.
Keep halving it. Mind you, you'd never run out of money.
You would.
You would.
'Cause you'd end up with $1.
Yeah, and then you'd end up with 50 cents, and then you'd end up with 25 cents,
Yeah, well,
and
you'd be
12
broke.
and a half. And,
You'd be
and
broke. That was the point.
6. Yeah, you'd be screwed. But yeah, trillions a hell of a lot of money.
I think it's overblown. I think it's probably nowhere near 1.2 trillion. They're fucking with the figures.
Just pick it up.
There are some estimates on the independent estimates that it will cost £1 trillion to get down to net zero carbon.
Right.
If you had to replace everyone's boiler,
Yeah.
well, that's the main thing, isn't it?
Fucking yeah, especially the price of plumbers these
Yeah,
days.
well, yeah.
But it won't even be fucking plumbers would be gone. Well, gas fitters.
All you'd have to do is just
Wouldn't they?
employ a government segment army of plumbers and pay them nothing, and that'll bring the cost down. So you must install these boilers.
Well, you can do it with regulation, but that takes time. You need
Of course
all
it
the
does,
old
yeah.
boilers to break down.
Yes.
There's 1.2 trillion at market value of stuff, which you need to smash down if you're going to try and
Well, that's the other thing, and the cost of. So everyone would have to get batteries as well.
big
And
Tesla
how long
wall
do,
batteries.
exactly how long do batteries last?
This is what's letting things like renewables down is the battery technology.
How much
It's not good
lithium
enough.
is available to build these batteries?
Not
The
enough.
technology's shit in a battery.
Well, it's
Solar panels are shit. They're
conflict
like-
minerals as well.
Exactly.
Those lithium in your batteries isn't conscious free. Like, you know, there's people in Africa, kids in Africa, slaving away, you know, to make enough just to eat,
Yeah.
feed the families. For
Yeah,
that lithium
yeah.
that comes out of the ground.
There's even I've seen like people stripping electronics, like old big
Yeah.
mountains of electronics, and all the fluorine and other nasty chemicals coming out for pennies in like India or wherever, subcontinent.
Yeah. Maybe to tackle climate change, they'll just go for no-car Sundays.
Is that it?
That's what the Dutch did.
Just close all the shops again on Sunday.
You can't drive a car on a Sunday anymore.
In Dutchland?
In Holland. Not currently, but they have done in the past.
All right.
They've implemented that.
Right. Okay.
Not sure how I feel about that.
I could probably cope with that.
It's a long way to walk to Aldi, isn't it?
Not for me. I could just walk down to Morrison's.
Get delivered.
You
Uber
get
Eats.
fit, carrying it all back.
And it's like a little ginnel. Just put it on you. Just strap it to the pram. You want another baby.
A
That's what
Ginnell
you want for-
eavesdroppers is an alleyway.
Ginnell,
People
Between
not from
two-
Lancashire.
between two houses.
Is that the official definition?
I would say so. If you think about what ginnels are in Preston, they're always between two houses. They're not just alleys.
I'm trying to think of an alley.
I think an
What's an
alley.
alley?
I think an alley's the back in between two backyards.
Between
And a ginnel
Back alley.
is is going down in between houses, on the side of houses. You don't
Between
think?
terraced
It's
houses.
just a baby road.
It's a little ginnel.
How's that called, Baby Road?
Meet at Topic Ginnel chair.
A snicket is what do you call it in Yorkshire?
Northern English, noun.
Between buildings. An alley.
It's not an alley, though. An alley.
That's what,
And anally. Mispronounced.
A ginnel and a snicker.
Snickers.
I would have spelt it. I would have gone for G-U-I.
Oh, no.
Well, no, you're wrong.
G-I-N-N-E-L.
Totally wrong.
I would have gone for that.
Gwynel.
There was a wonderful clip from Question Time this week.
It was obviously right. Google said it was right, Ben.
I know.
Some high quality. The audience participation in Question Time is sometimes spectacular.
Outrageous, I would say.
In its
Is it in Bolton this
quality. No.
week?
This
I think
week,
it's
coming.
coming to
Oh,
Bolton,
I don't
yeah.
know. I didn't see. I clipped it, and you have to bear with me. Bear with it, because it's a long clip, but it's worth it for the payoff.
Right.
I think that we need more changes. You get politics talking about the same thing all the time on the news. I think we do need a huge change where the public are heard, and it's not because it's coming to a point where every time it's just we're not getting anywhere. It's always the same old thing.
I think she was influenced possibly by films that she watched recently as well. You'll find out at the end.
I think that we need more changes. You get politics talking about the same thing all the time on the news. I think we do need a huge change where the public are heard, and it's not because it's coming to a point where every time it's just we're not getting anywhere. It's always the same old thing, and public has to have a chance where we make the changes, not the government, because government and politics fight among each other, and they're getting paid loads of money, and they're selling a lot of our public services, which our NHS, police services, crime. We've not got much left because we're selling it, and we're not going to have a good future. It'll be like a judgment day and terminating for us.
Kirsty,
She's obviously just watched Terminator, I think.
Yep.
Like a judgment day and terminating. More like
Terminating mode, like.
Like a judgment day, terminating mode, like.
So you didn't even get the name of the film correct. Fucking waffled on for how long there? How long was that?
Oh,
2 minutes.
It was painful.
Was it, like there's a guy, the producer, at the side going, "Fucking hurry up!"
Tell you what, they don't have to talk each other. I'm sure they didn't used to talk over each other as much under Dimblebot.
Oh, it's the lady, isn't it? What's her name?
Fiona Bruce.
Bruce.
It's from the fake or real paint
Fake or
show.
fortune.
Fake or real paint show. Sure.
Fake or funny.
God.
Funny or fake?
Yeah, I think it's gone downhill.
I have not watched it. I've not watched it for years, in fact. Because, normally we play Destiny and then I go to bed. Like a normal person. Because it's like 10:30.
Okay.
It's quite late.
Mm.
I watched American Son last night on Netflix.
What's that?
It's quite good. I think it's like a one-shot, almost like a theatre. I think it may have been a theatre production at one point.
Mm-hmm.
It's about an interracial couple who their son goes missing, and they're waiting in a police station waiting room to hear about what's gone on. Anyway, there's badness going on, and it's quite good. Yeah, it wasn't really sold well to me either, but I thought it was really good. It was very good.
Is it one
Worth
that
a watch.
Netflix has made?
I think so. Yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Who's in it? It's Dennis Quaid.
It had a dun at the beginning. No, Dennis Quaid's not in it. I don't know who's in it. I don't recognise anyone in it.
Right.
There's only about 5 characters in the whole thing.
Wow.
And
That seems low.
I think it's shot continuously except for right at the very end there's like a flashback.
Well, a bit like Birdman then.
A little bit, or that phone booth thing.
Oh, I've not seen that.
I've not
Is that
watched
the
it.
one with Caroline Farrell in it?
Yeah, it is.
Caroline Farrell. Yeah. Yeah.
Get away from her, you
It was
bitch.
good though. So it's like an hour and a half when he's.
Oh, good. I've watched 3 Netflix films
Oh,
over the
jeez.
course this week.
Right, go on. Which was the best?
I'll probably say
And leave that for the end.
which was the first one? I think the first one was called Midnight something. Moon Midnight. Don't know. And it's basically about some person going backwards in time, whilst the other person goes forwards in time, but one's killing people.
Sounds like Terminator.
Yeah.
Terminator mode like.
It might have been Terminator mode like a Netflix special.
Terminator mode like.
And then Dolomite is my name.
Dolomite?
Mm.
So I know stalactite and stalagmite. Which one's Dolomite?
Horizontal ones. Dolomite is
It's a mountain range.
I've never heard of him, but he was a comedian. Rudy Ray Moore, I think his name was, or Ray Rudy Moore, something like that. But he's basically like a self-made comedian, and he made this film for like $100,000, and it made $12 million or something, or it grossed $12 million. But nobody wanted to take it on, this kind of thing, and it's awful. It's an awful like blaxploitation film.
Awful as in it's hard to watch. Not because it's shit.
No, it's shit.
Oh, it's shit.
But people found it really funny.
Oh, so shit, it's funny.
Well,
Like The Room.
I think they knew it was.
Oh, hi, Mark. Is that Oh, hi, Mark one with the meme? No, okay. I should have watched the film.
Yeah, so it's quite good. I give that 3 mats, that one.
Right. So it was really shit, but you give it 3 mats?
No, the film that they made was really shit, but the film of the film.
Inception.
Fucking hell. It's a Russian doll.
Yeah.
Right. What else did you watch?
And I watched The King.
What's that?
It's about Henry V.
Oh, yeah, that's supposed to be good.
Timothy Chalamet.
What's so special about Henry VIII?
Henry
He deserves his own film, Henry V.
Is he the Shakespeare Henry?
You did one, Henry V.
Is it Henry V in Shakespeare?
Did you not watch a film called Henry
two,
V?
Don't know. It's because he won Agincourt, wasn't it? That's why.
Haven't you just watched a film about this?
Yeah.
Or did you not learn? What was so special about him? He won Agincourt.
He was the king that won Agincourt, yeah.
Right.
So it's the only time, isn't it, that we had control part of France, I imagine. Other than, when we did the Normandy landings.
Topical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was good. It's very, very nicely shot, more than anything.
Beautiful film.
Yeah, beautiful looking film it was, yeah. Timothy Chalamet's good in it, and so's this Australian guy, I can't remember his name.
Jason Donovan.
No. Joel Edgerton is his name. And it's David Michaud. I don't know. What's the
Pyramid.
The pyramid symbol over the O. What does that make? What sound does that make?
Michaud.
David Michaud. But I'm pretty sure he did like Animal Kingdom, which Joel Edgerton was in, and Ben Mendelsohn, who plays baddies in every film you've ever seen. He was a baddie in he was the main baddie in
Die Hard.
the first Star Wars story. Rogue One.
Yeah.
He's got a bit of a lisp.
Yeah.
Him.
All right.
He plays Henry V's king. Dad King.
Henry the Fourth.
I can't remember. I can't remember what he's called.
There
Actually.
could have been another one. Charles
the Third. It's good. So yeah, I'd watch that if you want to watch a film.
So Netflix are planning on let you watch things at 1.5 speed.
Yeah. They're trialing it, aren't they, for certain titles? Yeah. So you can whip through it.
But obviously, there must be a demand for this.
But why?
Because people listen to podcasts and audio books at 1.5 speed and 2 speed.
Yeah,
that's
but
where
that's
it's come from.
Different, isn't it? I think.
I would say so.
I have no time to be entertained.
Yes.
Yeah, it's people are just trying to cram their heads with as much as they can.
More entertainment.
Yeah.
Why?
It could spell the death of the art form.
Well, they've already said that, haven't they? And
sorry, did not make an original thoughts. Does everything I say have to be a unique construction?
Well, no, everyone keeps saying that Netflix is going to be the death knell of this, that, and the other, and it won't be. As long as people keep making good films, People will want to watch them at 1 times speed.
Yeah.
Jesus.
What makes people want to watch it at 1.5?
1.5? Because they're idiots. That's why.
Tease
Just
on.
enjoy yourself. Take in the moment. You don't need to watch it at 1.5. What's the rush?
I think they're thinking, I need to watch this.
No, you don't.
Because I want to watch that other thing on straight after.
No.
Then I need to
Binging.
talk
It's like
about it.
binging.
Yes.
Because Netflix releases everything in a block,
Well,
people can binge through it now.
Well, I know, but that's fine. You can binge if you want to, but just watch it at normal speed.
Problem is, you're then going to go to work or whatever it is you do during the day, and it's going to be at 1 times speed.
It's all right. We'll be on UBI by
okay.
then.
Yeah, so you don't even have to go to work.
Sit around all day watching, doing everything at 1.5 times speed.
Why is this washing machine not doing it at 1.5 speed?
Piss harder!
The dwarf, the cripple, and the mother of madness.
There you go. Some new.
I can't have children with a whore.
Is it all? Is it all
Can't have
Tyrion?
children with a whore.
Oh.
I drink, and I know things.
Oh, no. Is it all Tyrion?
The best way to forge a lasting alliance isn't by peeling a man's skin off.
Cunt! Is it all Game of Thrones then?
Those are your last words. Fuck you. Come on, you can do better.
Cunt!
You're shit at dying, you know that.
Good.
Yeah, I like it then. Some. I don't know what that is.
Go on, Mike.
Oh, that's that MP.
I'm a Marxist.
Oh, that's the other MP.
Of course, you named your sword.
Lots of people name their swords.
Lots of cunts.
Yeah, lots of Game of Thrones.
Mr. Peter Bone.
Mr. Peter Bone.
Oh, nailed it!
It's almost like you know what you're doing.
It is, yeah. Lots of
The one true God is what's between a woman's legs.
Lots of Game of Thrones. The thing is, I thought I had 3 banks, and then I was on bank 3, going to put my clips in.
And it was bank 4.
And I saw an arrow, and I clicked on that, and it was bank 4. And bank 5, and then I stopped because I got too excited.
So is it
But
limitless?
The thing is, I can't name them on here, so it's just fucking random. Could be anything.
Cunt!
That was a bad one to pick. But yeah, don't know what these are either. Oh no, 6. That's question time.
Oh dear.
So yeah, Netflix.
Yeah.
I got a work story this week.
Oh.
What happened?
I had to do a job for a regular who is actually we have we know someone who you know a common
enemy,
mutual acquaintance,
an enemy of my enemy.
Our most consistent fact checker knows this couple as well.
All right,
friends with his mum and dad, and something wrong with way light, something nothing. Anyway, I went round and said, "How are you doing?" And he goes, "Oh, I've had a shit year, like."
Shit year.
Shit year. I had to go for a biopsy. Prostate cancer.
Oh no.
Oh shit. The doctor says, I've done thousands of these biopsies, you'll be right. Not me. I got an infection.
Oh no.
A really bad infection, it went everywhere. I thought, oh bloody hell, that's no good. I was in hospital for a week. And his wife is just merciless. She stood at the side going, just quipping, saying like, yeah, I had a quiet week when you were in hospital. Just ruthless to him. And he goes, then I found out I've got kidney disease. I thought, fucking hell.
I've just come to change your light bulb, mate.
Yeah. And then she goes, oh, do you know how many holidays I've had to cancel this year? Mauritius, had to cancel lakes, and all this, like, giving it loads. And then he goes, then I found out I've got gout in both knees.
In your knee?
Gout in both knees.
Gouty knee.
I thought, fucking hell. And I said, well, we kidney disease, because I know from someone I know who's had it, it's quite manageable, isn't it, through diet and stuff like that. And, you can lower it. You lower your level of kidney disease. It's quite manageable. I was, yeah. Well, you do know. I only drink 4 nights a week now.
Got gout and kidney disease. Gout's really painful as well.
I don't know what it is.
It's a build-up of uric
acid crystals.
Yeah, crystals in your joints.
God.
So it normally happens in like your toes, I think. Like when you eat a big toe or something, it's really painful. But But there seems to be some. I don't know if this is true, but to do with tannins. So like in red wine, tomatoes, stuff that tea, and if you have loads of that, then it
exasperates.
Yeah, the situation. But I think people are also prone to it.
Right. Wasn't it famously what like royals used to get in?
Well, yeah, because of the diet. Yeah, brandy, claret,
port,
clarice.
Mm-hmm. Red meat.
Is it?
I think so. All the good things, basically. Cheese.
Gonna get gout.
Yeah.
I wonder how far you have to go.
Try it.
I think I'm doing a pretty stellar job as it is.
You've moved from port to red wine. So.
Yeah.
When was the last time you didn't have something with tannins in? Trillion seconds ago.
Yeah, I think I probably have something with tannins in every day. I have red meat most days.
Yummy tannins. Tannins even.
I don't drink though other than Sunday. So, yeah, I probably maybe a couple of times a month don't have tannins in a day.
And then on those days, you just stick to pizza or something.
Bit of tannin there.
Yeah.
Why do you go? Do you go multiple days without tannins?
No, because I have a cup of coffee every day. Decaf now, though.
Have you gone decaf?
Gone decaf, yeah, it's changed my life.
Is it?
Not
Is
really.
it? No.
Did you get caffeine withdrawal?
I used to get caffeine withdrawal every day.
Oh.
So, like, I used to have a cup of coffee in the morning, and then when I was driving home, I'd have a banging headache. But now I don't have coffee. I have decaf, sorry. I don't have a headache at the end of the day.
I don't know. I have too much coffee.
That's why you don't
nail
sleep,
8
Ben.
cups a day.
That's why you don't sleep.
I do sleep.
No, you don't, Ben.
I don't have sleep.
The 2 hours at 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock, and then the 3 hours midnight till 3.
It's probably like 5 hours, midnight till 5.
Jesus Christ.
What's wrong with that?
I just want to claw my own eyes out thinking about it. That's why you don't sleep. Because you have so much caffeine in your system.
I don't have time to sleep. I gotta watch everything at 1.5 times speed.
I'd say I'm about the same level with the caffeine.
There you go.
I have two. I have one before work, and I take one with me.
Yeah.
I'll usually get offered, if it's a decent customer, I get offered like maybe 3 brews in a day.
There you go.
And I'll get home and I'll have 2 maybe before tea. So what am I on there?
7.
Yeah. So we're about tied.
It's too much.
And then I implemented decaf tea after
11 p.m.
7 p.m. I was fucking lit. Getting so much shit done though. It's like something about Murray where he spikes the dog with amphetamines and the dog's owner takes it. That woman, her flatmate, she starts fucking hoovering like a demon. And no, I don't think I'll suffer from that.
Is it addictive?
How long have you been off caffeine for?
Ages now. Good few months.
Do you drink Coke instead?
No. Eat chocolate. It's normally milk chocolate and that's got like not very much caffeine in. Yeah, so sweat less. It's the main difference.
What was your rationale? What do you think were going to be the main benefits of doing it?
Just because I tell people all the time to not drink and not to have caffeine in the diet in my job.
Why? Is this sort of NHS advice?
No, it's mainly for anxiety really, and sleep helps you sleep. There's a lot of people who I see don't sleep properly. So and if they're feeling anxious, quite often, not everybody, but a lot of people were drinking like 10 cups of coffee a day or loads of Coke or Diet Coke because that doesn't have caffeine in, but it does.
So there could be a serious mental health cost to us having caffeine.
Yeah, potentially if you have the right mix. But yeah, it's mainly so basically what it does is it when you feel anxious and the fight or flight response is kicking in, that takes over your autonomic nervous system. Sort of your heart rate, sweating, breathing, things like that. So it essentially just speeds it up. And then when you have caffeine, it does exactly the same thing. So it increases your heart rate, makes you sweat more. I don't know if it changes how your breathing rate and stuff. But it takes over. It stimulates the same system because it's a stimulant basically.
Right.
So does nicotine. So
It's
yeah,
a stimulant.
yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, so that's the first. Quite often, someone's anxious and not sleeping. The first thing I ask them is,
Do you smoke and how much coffee?
Or how much caffeine do you have in your diet? Or I tell people to be aware of the amount of caffeine they have in their diet because someone was like having Barocca, and we Googled it, and it had caffeine in this particular type of Barocca they had. I don't know if all Barocca has caffeine.
Barocca.
You just have Barocca every day.
It's like a
hangover thing.
Well, it's like got vitamins in, hasn't it, and things like that. So like,
Is it like a fruit?
It's like a tablet, like a seltzer, and you put it in. So like people have orange Baroccas, and you drink it in the morning. It's like having a multivitamin.
Tastes right.
Oh right.
Yeah. So and it had caffeine in. It's like a Barocca Plus. So I just tell people to look at packets and see what's got caffeine. It's quite surprising sometimes.
Pro Plus.
Obviously, yeah.
Monster energy drinks.
Yeah, Anodine Extra.
Soft drinks, that's a big one.
Even
like
in
people who drink Diet Coke by the gallon.
Well, that's the other thing, isn't it? But apparently, even like some lemonades, Fanta, Iron Brew's got caffeine in. They've all got.
Need it for all the terminating.
What did she say again? Terminating.
Like Judgment Day.
Terminating mode.
And terminating mode. Like.
That was she was obviously nervous, wasn't she? But fucking
I'd
cut
be
to the chase.
nervous,
Yeah,
wouldn't you?
I would be shitting my pants.
I'm surprised how well they hold it together, most of the people talking on Question Time.
They're normally quite angry though, aren't they? So that focuses you. Do you not say?
Does it?
I would say so, yeah.
I think that would make you lose control if you're angry.
Yeah, maybe not.
I don't know. But yeah, I'm surprised how well they... Yeah, I would be really nervous. How many people do you think watch it? 500,000?
Yeah, not that many. Well, a lot.
Somewhere between 500,000 and 1 million, I would say.
And then how many's in the audience? A few hundred?
Yeah, 100, 150 maybe.
No, I think it's more than that.
It's a pretty small audience.
I don't know. Well, it's all the crew as well, I suppose, and then like the MPs, and if you recognise them, then Fiona Bruce is down there, and she's looking sexy in one of those leather jackets and a crop top.
Doesn't do it for me.
Ooh, is this fake or fortune? It's your fortune, Matthew.
No.
Tell me about your fortune. I like that programme, actually, Fake or Fortune.
I've seen a bit of one.
I quite enjoy it.
But is it not just the same every week that they find out it's a fake?
No, quite. Normally, if it's a Monet, normally what happens is they're pretty convinced it's real, but there's this authentication house, I don't know what it's called, and basically somehow or were at one point...
It's all about the Monet. That's what it's called.
It's very rare that they'll change the catalogue, basically, even though they have loads of provenance.
Thing is, you have to admit that all those previous experts, including you possibly, is wrong.
Well, potentially. And
they already have it catalogued.
And the other issue is that sometimes they've already appraised it and said it's a fake, basically. But sometimes not. There have been there's been loads on
overturned.
There's been loads on there that have been found to be real fortunes.
What's the most valuable?
Oh, I can't remember. I can't remember.
Some lost Da Vinci.
There's been some artists that I know the name of, but like Monet was like a prolific painter. Like I think he's got like hundreds or not thousands of paintings. They're just fucking dots anyway, aren't they? But the thing is about his paintings, they not get more and more abstract. Well, not abstract, but more and more blurred because he was losing his vision.
Oh.
Was he not the one who did dots?
Jackson Pollock.
No, Monet.
Mondrian.
To build it up. And when you come back away from it, it looks like
Liechtenstein. Roy Liechtenstein.
No, Ben, stop.
Fucking hell, dots. You're saying artists with dots.
Yeah, no, but it's not. Yeah, no.
Giving you artists with dots.
If you go close to a Monet, it looks like a bit of a blurry mess. But then if you go further away, it's like water lilies.
That's the same with everything.
It's not.
It's a blurry mess when you get it real close.
No, I can focus.
It's a bit like what Neil Buchanan used to do on Art Attack.
Yeah.
He'd like make, he'd get like 1,000 pairs of boots and then it'd be there on ground level laying them all out, and then you'd see from the stepladder view it was a picture of a boot. Yeah. Neil Buchanan, Art Attack.
Yeah, still going, is it not?
What?
I'm pretty sure it's still going, is it?
Yeah.
Operation U-Tree shut that one down.
Has there been a lot from the 80s that we've done under U-Tree? I suppose the worst it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
On the same subject, there's been some news on the Epstein.
Oh,
it's gone.
It's been some
crazy on the internet.
conspiracy nonsense, isn't there? He's been murdered.
There was what do you call it? A hot mic moment. Have you heard of these?
What is that when they don't realise the mic's on?
Yeah, and it was a hot mic moment of ABC anchor. What's she called? Amy Roback.
Oh yeah,
she's quite a well-known one,
Oh, right, okay.
a well-established, respected one. Ryback? Casey Ryback? Casey Ryback's on this ship? Oh my God, we got a chance. Nobody beats me in the kitchen. You don't remember? Under Siege 2?
Wow.
Steven Seagal.
Under Siege on the train. It was on the train, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you not remember that film?
I think I watched it once, and then, I think I must have been 12 at the time, and even I knew that was a bad film.
Nobody beats me in the kitchen.
It was no Under Siege, was it?
No.
Like Speed without Speed 2 without Keanu Reeves on the fucking ferry or whatever it is, on the cruise ship, the slowest form.
Yeah, it was Sandra Bullock and like Jason Patrick or something.
It was Jason Patrick. Where did you fucking pluck that from?
I know, I've probably only seen it once.
The Mind Palace. I need to go into the back bedroom, and in the back bedroom, underneath the four-leaf clover.
It's like floor B, meeting room C, in the filing cabinet on the right-hand side.
Oh, right, okay.
Labelled under Siege.
Patrick Melrose.
Under
What was his name again? Patrick.
Jason Patrick.
Jason Patrick.
I watched. I saw like the first 5 minutes of Scream 3 last night.
Wow.
And do you know who gets murdered in the first 5 minutes of Scream 3?
Drew Barrymore.
Liev Schreiber.
Liev Schreiber.
Reeves Schreiber.
It's a Scream film. It's the one with Jenny McCarthy in,
Right.
and Courtney Cox and David Arquette.
Is this where it crosses over into like real life? Like, and it's like, you know what I mean? It's Jenny McCarthy playing herself.
It's a film. They're making a film
It's a film within a film.
called
is
like
it?
Stab 3.
Right.
So yeah,
okay.
David Schwimmer.
And the
plays
guy goes
David
after the
Schwimmer.
cast. David Schwimmer. I don't think he's in it.
Is he not?
David Schwimmer plays the Schwimmer.
Do you remember The Night of 5 Times?
Yeah, I'm fucking sore now.
Yeah, Liev Schreiber. Weren't expecting that.
Lieb. My wife fancies the pants off him.
Really?
In his TV show role.
He's got tiny eyes, hasn't he?
Yeah, but big muscles.
Really?
I think it's his character in what's he called?
Cotton Weary. See,
Ray Donovan.
Ray Donovan. That's it. Ray Donovan. There he is, look. He's pretty hot. Look at him. Look at him looking all gruff. Ooh.
He was good in.
Square jaw. That's probably the best picture.
He was good in Spotlight.
Yeah, he's a good actor, I think.
You've obviously not seen the Wolverine movie then.
Oh,
Of course they
yeah.
have, yeah.
That's where I've seen him.
He's
Sabretooth.
Sabretooth, yeah. That's just a bad film, wasn't it?
Yeah, it
So
was. Yeah.
You can't really.
Liev Schreiber couldn't save it.
No.
Pronounced Liev.
Liev.
Liev Schreiber.
It's actually called Leave.
Well,
He doesn't even know himself.
doesn't even know himself.
He's called Isaac. That's his real name.
Good name.
Grew up in New York.
This is I've noticed about in America. The stop there.
One of only 5 actors to appear in all 3 Scream films.
Whoa.
Maybe he's the lucky.
Cotton Weary is his name, I think.
Just go up a bit, Ben.
Going up.
Where's his it says he's like his family history. It always says like his dad is from Irish. There it is. Look, his father's German, Swiss, Danish, Dutch, English, French, Norwegian, Belgian, Flemish, Scottish, and Welsh ancestry. In all American actors or like famous people, I find it's a thing to list what their heritage is.
Right.
Have you ever noticed that?
No. Explain.
But like this, so they'll do an article like this about them.
Is this Wikipedia?
I'll click.
It's
Oh, it's
on
IMDb.
IMDb.
I'll find David Arquette now. So if we have a look at his,
Oh, we can do a live experiment.
Quite often they'll say full bio, and it says about their ancestry.
Do you know why that is? Because it was such a recently immigrated to.
Yeah, David's father had French,
look,
Canadian, Swiss, German, and English ancestry.
So do an English, do an English actor.
These American actors, people who live in America, see themselves as invaders, immigrants.
Mm.
It's like the Irish going to Boston and the East Coast.
So had President Trump president then?
What do you mean?
Well, if everyone sees themselves as immigrants,
They
why are they so against immigrants then?
Why are they so against immigrants?
Illegal immigrants then?
Oh, well, that's breaking the law,
No,
isn't it? Well, yeah, it is.
Oh. So we're on Richard Attenborough now. Where's his ancestry?
Son of Mary and Frederick, an academic administrator.
See? No
mention of family heritage.
No.
Because it's assumed that his family heritage goes back to England.
Yes.
Isn't it? Whereas if you ask an American,
yeah,
they'll say, within virtually any American virtually you'd speak to, within
Holy shit.
2 or 3 or 4 generations, their ancestry will be from a different country.
Yeah.
Well, that's not right for. Did either of our families emigrate to? I could say
Irish. Everyone's Irish, aren't they?
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I mean, all your family history, probably going back a few hundred years, is English. Born in England.
I think so. Yeah.
Probably.
My wife's related to some king.
Really? Which
When
one?
she's done it, I can't remember. It's like some king that loads of people are related to somehow.
Genghis Khan.
No, it's not Genghis Khan. It's like an English king.
Oh, right. Well, there was that Danny Dyer thing, weren't there?
Yeah, Danny Dyer.
He's related to one of the monarchy.
Yeah. But that's like one of these thought experiments, like a trillion seconds, basically, because they're so massive.
The thing is, it's a direct familial link, I think, as in mother to father, I think.
All the way back. Boom, 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 boom.
It's not, if you're talking like tiny bits of genetic material, we're all related, aren't we?
Gemantics.
We'll all go back to some ancestor somewhere, some common ancestor.
Adam and Eve.
The human race.
Adam and Steve.
Adam and Steve.
Yeah.
I've not heard that, I don't think, since I was at school.
All right. No, never watched any President Trump hustings recently.
Did he say it this week?
Just make
The thing is, that's believable.
Oh,
I can imagine him saying that.
That was the other thing. Have you heard about Michael Bloomberg?
Oh, yeah.
Waiting to run.
Has he actually announced?
No, but he's kind of intimated, hasn't he? I think he's putting the feelers out by saying that.
Basically, it's going to be either him or Hillary.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Apparently Biden's not polling well, is he?
Creepy Uncle Joe.
Yeah. Huggy Joe.
Oh, I quite like Joe Biden.
Oh, God. He's too old for a start.
Michael Bloomberg's 77.
Trump's
Right.
like 72.
74, I think it might be now, yeah.
He's old as shit.
There's more than just his age going against Joe Biden, though.
It's because of the hugging.
No, he's just...
Like the establishment.
Yeah, maybe. Who else is there? Nancy.
Beto O'Rourke has dropped out, hasn't he?
He's dropped out now, has he? Yeah, because he got paid.
Oh, okay.
He hung on. He was like 6% in the polls for ages, and he was hanging on and hanging on and hanging on until he could pay himself $400,000 and his staff.
Nice.
Some sort of rules about
Oh,
donations.
that's nice of him. Maybe he should be president.
Yeah. Nancy Pelosi, she's one of the forerunners.
Pelosi?
Yeah.
The Speaker of the...
Speaker, yeah, lead of the Democrat.
Warren.
Speaker of the House.
Elizabeth Warren.
Elizabeth Warren.
I think she's one. A runner. Democrat, though.
There seems to be a lot of... I suppose Corbyn... Is Corbyn over 70 now?
I'd have thought so.
Surprised. He doesn't look like... He does all right, doesn't he, for a septuagenarian, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 70 years.
Oof. I wouldn't have put him 60. I put him 60.
Wow.
If I had to guess. Looking at his face.
It's all that vegan food.
Is he a vegan?
Fucking 55.
I can't believe he's 55.
No, he looks older than Corbyn.
No, I think...
Bojo.
I think he looks 10 years younger as well. Oh, let's have a look at look at he does have 1 million kids by like different women. How many's he got there?
Joe Swinson's 39.
2. Oh no, they've just got stupid names. 1, 2, 3, 4 children.
Cassia Peaches. There you go.
Oh, what's this?
Oh,
there?
short as well. It's shorter than I thought. 1.75 metres.
That's a normal height.
No, I just assumed he was taller. I thought it was more sort of Cameron's height, but he's not.
Click on the education more there, Ben, please.
Education more.
It says something like European school Brussels. Oh, you fucking idiot.
His ancestry is Turkish, I think.
Is he?
Bob Joe, yeah. Going back 2 or 3 generations.
Check out his IMDb.
I thought he was...
Born in New York City. There you go,
Yes.
Brexiteers.
It's not even
Right
English.
wingers.
Yeah.
What is it that dictates your nationality? Is it place
Where
of
you
birth?
born, yeah.
Well, no, because you can have citizenship.
Dual citizenship.
Yeah.
So he must have an American passport or be eligible for
I'm
one.
pretty sure it's only in America, isn't it? That it's you have to be born in America to be president. Is that not true?
Yes, because
Born
Trump
in
broke up the
USA,
the birther movement.
What does that mean?
The birther movement, where he was asking to see Obama's birth certificate.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, he broke it up, you mean?
Yeah, well, he started the movement.
Well, the first president was English.
Mm-hmm.
So there.
British.
English. I'm going to go.
British Empire.
You got to listen when you listen to the news about the way they interchange Britain and United Kingdom now, because these are different things.
They are though, aren't they?
Britain is England, Wales, and Scotland, and I think the United Kingdom is that plus Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
And Jersey,
And the
Guernsey,
other islands, I think.
New Zealand, Australia, India, America, Canada.
The world.
Right, that's Boris Johnson.
Boris Johnson.
Alexander Boris de Pfeffel Johnson.
De Pfeffel. Oh, what a load of nonsense.
So if we compare him with...
That's through his mother's family, the De Pfeffel.
De Pfeffels. The De Pfeffels.
Corbyn Wiki.
Oh, why don't we?
Some of those.
Corbyn Besson. Ooh, Jeremy Corbyn.
It's so solemn, isn't it, that jingle that he has?
So
the crowds.
So solemn crew.
Fucking Diane Abacus at side going...
Abacus.
Diane Abacus going, ooh, Jeremy Corbyn.
Jeremy Bernard Corbyn. Norman Stanley Fletcher.
From the leader of the Labour Party.
2016, wasn't
I
it?
can tell you he was
He's only
born
been
in
around for 3
Chippendale.
years.
Sorry, 2015.
Fucking hell.
Do you know, do you remember he was such a breath of fresh air when he landed on the
He
scene?
was, wasn't he? He's been, but now he's...
He's finally, in 2015, entered the world of politics.
yeah, yeah.
Where you have to sort of like have a party line and stuff.
And has no opinion.
It's easy to sit on the back bench and stick up for your principles.
Yeah.
But once you get into a position of power, that all seems to go out the window, doesn't it?
Yeah, when you've got lobbyists.
Yeah, and members.
Yeah.
3 unlisted children.
Ooh, unlisted kids.
Good. That's nice to see.
No, it is nice
Oh,
to
he's
see.
been a similar amount of marriages as
No
Boris.
more, one more than Boris. But Boris has had a string.
How many
of,
times has he been married, Corbyn?
3.
3?
Yeah.
So,
Fuck me.
if it was top trumps, he'd be winning on marriages but losing on children.
Claudia Brashitter. Claudia Brashitter. What? Laura Alvarez.
That's his
Rashida.
current wife.
His current wife. Oh, and you know his relative. We know his relative, don't we, Piers?
Piers
Corbyn.
Weatherman.
Piers Corbyn, the climate scientist. An adamant climate denier.
Mm.
Yes, wow, look at him with hair.
Ooh.
Have you seen him with brown hair? I've seen him with brown
Yeah,
hair.
I've seen him with brown hair.
Yeah, he was
In
being
black and
interviewed
white.
by Newsnight explaining why we should leave the EU. In like 1993 or something.
Is that after meeting, what's his face? Jerry Adams.
Probably. Well, he was a firebrand, wasn't he? Was it Corbyn?
Yeah.
He voted probably against the government more times than the Tory.
Mm-hmm.
But, things have changed now. There's some worrying opinion polls come out this week for Labour.
Joe Swinson's the only one with a nonna a gong, I think.
What's that?
An MB, you mean?
So, yeah, Alexander Boris de Johnson.
Because he's a joke, isn't he? Unless he gives himself a knighthood when he fucking leaves.
CBE, born 3 years before us.
What did she get the CBE for? I can't believe Ed Davies a fucking Knight of the Realm. Fuck me. That shows you where we're at, doesn't it?
Ed Davey.
But this is the thing, that when they leave office, they're allowed to name as many as they
Nominate.
want. Yeah, so...
But you would think if you had no one worthy, but they have to nominate, don't they? Because they're giving them...
It's like Hush Awards, isn't it?
Ugh,
you know
so sick.
shit, Ed. Be quiet,
Terrible.
we'll make you a Knight of the Realm. You can do the speech circuit for the rest of your life.
They're not saying how she got a CBE or when.
It might do.
No.
1 marriage, 2 children.
Was she?
Mm-hmm.
39?
She's 39, yeah.
Yeah, not having any more.
She only got quite a relatively small majority there, 5,000, 10%.
Bojo has got a really small majority. There's a young Labour whippersnapper vying for his seat. It's
10%.
very small. It's 5%, I think.
10% it said there. What's his seat? Uxbridge.
Uxbridge and Ruislip.
Ruislip.
Ruislip, sorry.
Where's that?
Somewhere down south.
Who cares?
This
It's Lincoln, isn't he? Corbyn.
Yep.
Oh, 60.5% majority
Yeah.
for Corbyn. Massive.
Look at my massive majority.
Massive marrows.
When do you think
allotment?
When do you think he'll realise enough is enough and he just has to go, Corbyn? How many general elections do you think he'll stick around for?
I think this could be the end.
Do you think?
It's not looking good.
No,
The
I don't.
polls.
It's a mess, isn't it?
There was a poll done by YouGov this week, a big one. I think nearly 12,000 across the regions, and it was showing Labour behind the Conservatives in like the Northwest, the East, West Midlands, nearly in fucking Northeast. It seems that the Lib Dems and Brexit are going to take votes off the two main parties, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
It seems like Labour are going to be affected more by that than the Conservatives.
Yeah, but
and they could be disintegrated.
Conservatives can just sit back and cruise to victory, pretty much.
I don't think that'll happen.
No.
I don't think the Conservatives will win a majority for some reason.
Do you not?
No.
Do you think they'll have to do a deal with the devil of the DUP?
Basically, again, yeah. So they have
or
to-
the Brexit Party?
Have to shake that fucking magic money tree again, won't they? They've had another billion.
Do you not think that? Do you see not the Brexit Party being the bigger partner to do a coalition with after the election?
Nah.
Because the DUP can only win like a dozen seats or something.
Yeah, but will the
You don't think the Brexit Party will win a dozen seats?
I don't
No,
know.
I don't think they
No?
will.
They always sound like they're going to, but I don't think they will.
Like UKIP.
Yeah.
They talk the talk.
It doesn't. But
Did they only ever get two? I think they got 2 MPs, UKIP.
Yeah, but if you do it on proportional representation, they do quite well, don't they? So they poll like third sometimes in places, but they don't. Obviously, they don't get a third of, whatever the percentage of votes equates to a number of seats. They don't get that.
The PR system's never going to change. Never going to be implemented, is it?
No, it's too dangerous.
First past the post. It's like turkeys voting for Christmas, isn't it? You've just won an election. Why would you change the electoral rules?
Yeah.
Why would you put yourself at a disadvantage? This is what's difficult in our country: is political reform. It's
I
like
don't think
taking money out.
I don't think the 5-year rule's particularly great.
It's short-termism, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
You would think that things like the NHS, big, long-standing issues, should be apolitical.
Yeah.
And that there should be like an independent bunch of MPs.
an Illuminati.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they'll, decide, because 5 years is fuck all.
Oh,
Probably
that's-
it takes longer to train a doctor.
It goes the other way as well. You either end up with someone shit, and you want to get rid of them after 1 year, and it just gets increasingly difficult.
Yeah.
Because they can wait 5 years for an election.
Well, it's that chopping and changing, isn't it?
Or-
But how many elections
Yeah.
have we had now?
17 was the last one.
And then before that
2017.
was 2012? No, 2015.
2015.
So this is the third one in 4 years. No. Yeah?
And next year we might get another 2 referendums.
Oh, God. 2?
Indie ref, Scotland.
Oh,
We
right,
won't
yeah.
vote for that.
No, but if you were Scottish.
Yeah.
Mhm. Oh, yeah, because that was an interesting thing that she said. Sturgeon said she's probably going to win 40-odd seats, and she was basically saying that she would go into a coalition with Corbyn, but not Conservatives.
Well, you know why? Because Corbyn have left the option of having a second
Yeah.
referendum, whereas the Tories have ruled it out flat.
Mm-hmm.
We will not grant the SNP a second indie ref under any circumstances.
Mm.
So a vote for Labour could dismantle the union, which is a weird prospect, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it'd be fine.
What do you think if they would vote to remain again?
I think there's a good chance they would vote to remain again, yeah.
What if we've already left the EU?
Don't know. I suppose there's that to throw into the mix as well, but...
One of the big arguments in the last indie ref was David Cameron saying a vote to remain in the UK is a vote to rule out leaving the EU.
Mm-hmm.
So the only way to guarantee your EU membership is a vote to remain. And then within 12 months, 18 months, that had all changed. So that would work against them this time.
Yeah.
I don't know. How would you feel if Scotland left the...
I'd be fine with it, to be honest with you. I don't think it would really that bother me.
No.
Don't know.
What do you think, Ben?
I think Scotland are doing really well anyway in terms
What?
of...
In terms of
like, you know, free education. I think prescriptions are free up there.
Yeah, schools are some of the worst in the... I think they're the worst in the
Universities?
EU. Schools.
Well, schools are free down here as well, but universities are free up there. St Andrews is a good university.
No, sorry, yeah, but they also run like a massive deficit on the budget, don't they? Quite famously.
Do they?
Because they make the argument, don't they, if they have all the revenue from North Sea oil, which would be part of their whatever rights or whatever, to have, it would help to balance things out and stuff. But and obviously all the wind farms, things like that, fishing.
Problem with oil is we need to get off that. And we're going to be off that.
It's gas, isn't it, as well? It's not gas they get from there.
Probably, yeah. Shortly after the Indie ref, the price of oil plummeted. It was just a market hiccup. And it's like, well, where's all your money going to come from then?
Exactly, yeah.
You know.
Fish.
I think it's up to the people. If the people of Scotland vote and decide to leave, then good luck to them.
Yeah.
Still friends and stuff.
Yeah, it's all
Wouldn't
right.
bother me.
I still quite like to go to Edinburgh again.
Do you think there would be a free movement? Free movement operation?
You would hope so, yeah.
Rebuild the wall.
Not Offa's Dyke. Oh, but build Offa's Dyke as well. Keep the Welsh out. Rebuild Hadrian's Wall. I don't think that would happen.
No.
I think it'd be fine if they left or they stay. I think both would be fine.
I think England and Wales would be better off financially, marginally.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I think they get like a subsidy. I think, don't they? Don't they get more than they bring in revenue?
I think so. Yeah.
Because there's always an argument. Yeah, there's always an argument between Scotland and Wales because Wales get a lower payment. From
There's less people live in Wales, so it's quite sparsely populated.
I think per capita they're worse off.
Oh, right, okay.
Than the Scots. Maybe that's something to do with the North Sea oil. And, you know, submarine shipbuilding. And
Well, that's the other thing, isn't it, about Scotland being
independent.
Is Trident. They don't want Trident there, did they? Either.
The SNP were campaigning for that, weren't they?
Yeah.
There's a famous ship. Is it a shipyard or like a cove or something where they keep all the where the Tridents come into dock?
Yeah.
Right. Faslane, is it?
It'll be a Firth.
Yeah.
It's just north of the Firth of Forth.
Yeah.
I think it's near Dundee, maybe. No, Glasgow. Don't know.
Dunforth.
I've not been for ages. Scotland.
Neither have I.
When was the last time you went?
Probably with my mum and that was when I was a child and I went to Edinburgh Castle.
Did you see the tattoo? The Edinburgh tattoo?
No,
Just a big anchor.
I saw the crown jewels.
Oh,
there's crown jewels in Edinburgh Castle.
Right.
Oh, I went to a stag do in Edinburgh last time. That was the last time.
When was that?
3 years ago, I want to say. That was quite good.
Was it a good stag?
Yeah, it was good. We saw some jazz.
Jazz.
Yeah.
Mags.
No, actual, freeform jazz.
It's a bit of a weird stag do, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Probably what normal people do on a stag do.
There was some normal stag do stuff as well.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't
Explain.
like 5 people on a boat.
Having an awesome time.
Yeah.
Did you do the what are the main themes of a stag do? The sort of prerequisites that have to be done.
Drinking,
Bit
strip club,
alcohol, strip club.
some kind of forfeiture for the stag. So, for example, cross dressing.
Right. Yeah.
It's got to be something.
Well, they can't say that anymore.
No.
It's not a
cross
forfeiture.
dressing not a thing.
You're a beautiful woman.
Oh, thanks, man. I did feel it at the time.
Okay, what else?
I
I wanted to hire a midget to handcuff himself to you.
Fuck.
But it was going to be dear. It was going to be like 250 quid, I think.
Yeah, it's too much then.
Yeah.
Nottingham midget.
What else?
I don't think.
I think you got them all.
I think that's it. There's no hard drugs involved. Get messy. Or soft drugs. I don't think I've ever been to a stag do where people...
Drugs were present?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think I have.
No.
Well, it's not a big thing, is it?
Nah.
Drugs.
Bloody drugs. It's just a bit of drugs. It's just a bit of crack, do you know what I mean?
It's a bit of a generalisation, that. I mean, maybe it's when you get over a certain age, I don't know. Isn't it more of a youth thing, drugs?
Maybe.
Experimenting?
Maybe.
Doing something naughty? I
Don't
don't
know.
know. Do you not think?
Maybe.
Do you think people take more old people take drugs?
Yeah, when I'm a pensioner, man, it's everything.
Well, yeah.
Bring it. Bring forth the recreational substances.
Is that not when you've been told you've got like 4 months to live or something?
That's when you get on the horse and stuff.
A lot of people say they want to try heroin before they die, don't they?
No.
And they wait till the last minute.
DMT. The last minute ultra hit of DMT. Whew, you wouldn't know you died.
Well, they think there could be a link between DMT and near-death experiences because they reckon that it's produced in the pineal gland, and they reckon that when you die, your David Blaine, your brain gets flooded with DMT. That's what near-death experience hallucinations are. I heard a really creepy story about a guy who had a near-death experience, and he saw himself on the operating table like an out-of-body thing, and he came back into his body and then could tell the doctors what they were saying while he was
Yeah, but he knows
astral planing.
That's trippy as shit.
it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Why?
He didn't.
Why not?
No one to corroborate the story.
Yeah.
Where are these doctors?
Yeah. Who's backing up the DMT trip?
I don't know.
Geometrics.
Worth looking into. It depends what you think consciousness is, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If you think it's purely biological, then
Chemical.
you would believe that. Right, you're tapping. You want to go? Time to go.
Is that what happens?
What, when you die?
No, when I'm tapping. Is that the thing?
It's an impatient.
I think
thing,
we're in a
It's subconscious.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think we're in a perfect lull.
Yeah.
Are we?
So rather than continuing
Step.
past 10 o'clock.
Slip out of a dip.
The best way to forge a lasting alliance isn't by peeling a man's skin off.
It's by
Sage advice.
How is it?
Yeah, well,
What
you
is
don't
the
actually
best
you didn't
way?
actually get the advice there.
Okay, now.
It's marriage.
Cliffhanger.
Marriage. That is the answer.
Right.
Oh.
Right, we'll go then.
All right. I'll see you guys.
Oh, once again, everybody's left the live stream.
They're all here.
No.
No.
Wakanda forever.